Hope that did something.
Hmm?
Maybe I should start every show with some breathing exercises. Did you watch football last night?
I watched probably the last 4 minutes
Oh my goodness.
of the fourth quarter.
One stat the guys gave is I think they said it was the first time in NFL history where a game had gone 7-7, 14-14, 21-21, 35-35.
Scores per quarter?
Just like taking turns, like both teams, like 7-7,
Oh.
14-14, where the scoreboard looked like that. It's just some
Gotcha.
weird stat that the guy mentioned. Hey, Sevon and Caleb. Hi. Good morning, Mr. Dick Butter. Dick
Hi, Dick Butter.
So the new year's about to come around, and it doesn't look like CrossFit is sold,
What?
which is weird because I don't think anyone would have thought it would have made it much past the new year, which makes you wonder how much is it going to make it past the new year. There's definitely some things happening. Definitely still some things happening. I have to imagine Berkshire is interested in making the sale quickly. Another year with this thing on their books, I don't think that they want.
Yeah, they got to go through a whole new fiscal year now.
There were some things I explained a while back in regards to how the deal could be negotiated. I have to guess that they're getting closer and closer to that. I am also hearing rumblings of a serious High Rocks competitor coming to the stage. So
To the
stay tuned.
CrossFit stage or
Just out. Kind of just out. I'll Friday's CrossFit Games update show. I'll have the show. Oh, Dense Updates did a year in review, huh?
She did.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. I'm excited to see that. I got the notification. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Just a rehashing. I hope Danielle's in at least the top 5 of the top 10.
She's in the thumbnail.
Oh, she is? Oh, good. Good. I wish Danielle would do something.
Maybe she is. We just can't see her because she's blocked us all.
We need a news cycle. A Miss Brandon news cycle. Brandon, do something. Do something. I'm excited. Hey, what's Silver doing this morning? Man, the Twitter sphere is just all fucking silver prices reach record highs in global markets.
Robinhood Silver's trust has dropped 8% this morning.
This is not good. Elon Musk on edge as silver hits record highs. What is I wonder what Silver Trust is. Are they I wonder what they are.
Let's see. Tracks a silver spot price using silver bullion held in London.
So I guess there's this company called someone smarter than me needs to call in and tell the story. But if you can tell it good, call in and tell it. There's something called the COMEX, Commodity Exchange. It's the leading global futures and options exchange for trading precious and base metals like gold, silver, copper, and aluminum. So I don't even know what they are. I don't know if it's a public company. CME, it's crucial for price discovery, risk management, and setting global benchmarks. So somehow these guys are involved in setting the price for silver. Well, this is what's happened. There's actually a physical shortage of silver on planet Earth right now. And I guess more needs to be dug out of the ground.
Oh, is that working?
But
tell me.
Caleb, is that fancy mic on? I thought something was a little off in the beginning. That worked.
How about now?
Okay, yeah, much better. Thank you. Jeez, I'm glad someone's listening.
Thank you, Joe.
Jeez. Wow. Just a random guy who likes to take pictures in front of mountains.
Cute.
And basically this COMEX sets the price for silver, and they had the price set at 75, but gold was but they had the price for silver set at $75, but silver was selling I think for $91. And when those two, when what they're saying it's worth on paper doesn't coincide with what it's actually selling for, someone's lying. And it's usually the people who are in control of the paper. So the person who holds the paper, who's saying what the value is on paper, is trying to keep the price from going up. But there's actually a physical shortage of silver, and so the price is skyrocketing. So if you want to go into a store and buy silver now, the price is higher. And when there's a disconnect like that, the manipulation becomes very obvious, and it can shatter the what's it called? The psychology, the confidence in the market. People are saying this is going to be the one. Yeah, look at here. So this morning, that's interesting. COMEX silver futures climbed to new high. Okay, so the paper's trying to actually catch up with the real value. So now COMEX is saying, holy shit. Just so you know, so the December 1st gold was worth $59 an ounce, and now it's at $81 an ounce. 82. Sorry, 82.
Jesus.
Why do they call it a troy ounce? What's the difference between a troy ounce versus a regular troy ounce versus ounce? A troy ounce is heavier than a standard ounce, used exclusively for precious metals and marijuana.
No.
I made that part up. A troy ounce is 31.1 grams, and a regular ounce of weed is 28.35 grams. Troy ounce is 10% heavier. I wonder why they do that.
Let's see. Is it like a baker's dozen? Throwing an extra one just because?
Maybe. Troy weight is a system of units of mass whose origin is uncertain. By far, the most common troy unit is the troy ounce, a standard mass unit for precious metals in industry and in trade. We are. I've really been looking into how the Fed works, the Federal Reserve.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it's
weird.
It's more scary. It's more than terrifying and weird. The one thing I realized is that there's no such someone needs to do a whole video on this, someone smarter than me, but there's no such thing as inflation.
Explain.
It's it's a psyop word. It's one of those fake words. There's the devaluing of the dollar. Well, it depends on how you define inflation. Prices will go up and down based on supply and demand, based on technology, based on industry. Do you know what I mean? So the first TV is going to cost 20 grand. But after you've made 10,000 TVs and you figured out how to make them quicker, faster, smarter, the price will go down. But there was no inflation until the Federal Reserve came around. It's impossible because everything is there would be no reason for inflation. The action of inflating something or condition of being inflated, a general increase in price and fall and purchase value of money. Yeah, there it is. In the purchase value of money. Yeah, it's a fucked up word. It would be much more honest to say the value of the dollar has gone down, thus giving the illusion that prices have gone up. It's a trip. There was no inflation until the 1920s.
Because the reserve was created?
Basically, let me tell you one really weird thing about the reserve. This one, and by the way, if you go to Biden Economic Advisor, explains Fed, Biden Economic Advisor, we've played this clip before. This is very scary. We should play it again so people don't feel stupid. I don't care if you think I'm stupid, but the value of the dollar is a dollar. How do they change that? Because they print more.
That's what I want. Like, did we just run out of gold to back the dollar?
No. It's stealing, dude. There's stealing going on, and it's been going on for a long time. Let me explain this really trippy thing to you. And we should play that clip if you can find that clip. It's Biden Economic Advisor explains Fed. Yeah, watch this. This is Biden's senior economic advisor. Watch this. Watch this, and then I'll explain to you one of the weirdest things about the Fed.
This is going to just be a fucking asshole explaining it over him talking. Give me a second. I'll find a better one.
So I'll explain this to you really quick. So when the Fed wants, I think this is how it works. When the Fed wants to print money, they sell bonds. So if they want to print $10 billion worth of cash, they sell $10 billion worth of government bonds. Here's the problem. When those bonds come back, they may owe $11 billion on them. Where are they going to get that extra $1 billion? It doesn't exist because it was never printed. I think we're in some fucked up loop. They don't want dumb people to understand. They don't want smart people to understand. Watch this. Watch this.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Because they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah. So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money and then it uses that money to I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, cause it's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time and it clearly borrows. Otherwise we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
Wow. Biden administration. So just think of it this way again. I give you $10. I print $10 and I give it to you. And now in a year you have to pay me back $11. Where are you going to get that 11th dollar? You can't. It doesn't exist. I didn't print it. And so you're in perpetual debt.
Right.
And so then I have to print more money to someone else to pay you that interest. And that's inflation. And it wasn't like that before the Federal Reserve. It wasn't like that before the Federal Reserve. Basically, it sounds like what happened from the brief little bit I understand is during the Civil War, they instituted an income tax. And then after the Civil War was over, it went to the Supreme Court and they deemed the income tax unconstitutional. So they got rid of the income tax. And then flash forward, I don't know, 50, 70 years, and they added the 16th Amendment. When was the 16th Amendment added? 16th Amendment.
Was it 1932 or something?
1913. The 16th Amendment to the Constitution ratified in 1913 grants Congress the power to levy an income tax on individuals. Yeah, and then somewhere, and then I mean, if you when did the Titanic sink? 1912. If you want to really get into some weird shit, you can. Do you know about the Titanic?
Well, I mean, yeah, but what am I missing here?
I know. Federal Reserve. I know. I skipped a big chunk. Federal Reserve created.
Skip ahead.
And the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve was created in 1913 too. Man.
Was there somebody on the Titanic that they killed off so that the Federal Reserve was created?
Oh boy.
My God.
Oh boy, buddy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. You want to hear the story?
Yeah, of course.
There were I think the Federal Reserve is these 5 or 6 banks have come together, and it's a big boys club.
Sure.
And
yeah. The elites.
The elites, yeah. The Titanic story is wild. Yeah, the Titanic story as well. What do you think about it, David? You give it any credibility? So there were these handful of guys, and they had this meeting. I think it's called a Jekyll Island meeting. Jekyll Island meeting? A Jekyll Island meeting. The Jekyll Island meeting refers to a secret 1910 gathering of powerful bankers and U.S. senators at Jekyll Island Club in Georgia, where they secretly drafted the plan that became the Federal Reserve. And there were these guys, which bankers? Which
Nelson Aldrich, Paul
bankers
Warburg, and
were
Frank Vanderlip.
against federal central Milton Friedman, Anna Schwartz, and oh no, these are more recent people. So the story goes is that there were these powerful people who were against the Federal Reserve, and they all got on the Titanic, which was owned. The Titanic was owned by J.P. Morgan, the actual J.P. Morgan.
Oh,
J.P.
the
Morgan,
OG.
Titanic. Yeah, the OG.
Okay.
Yeah, J.P. Morgan owned the White Star Line, the company that built and operated the Titanic. And then search, did J.P. Morgan get on the Titanic? No, J.P. Morgan did not get on the Titanic. He had a personal suite booked for the maiden voyage, but canceled his trip at the last minute. He was for the Federal Reserve.
Interesting. Hey, don't get on the Titanic. It's like when you're really nice to the weird guy in school, and that guy tells you not to come to school the next day. Hey, don't come to school the next day.
Yeah. His absence, along with the deaths of several other prominent millionaires, John Jacob Astor, Benjamin Guggenheim. That's like real money, people. Isidore Strauss, who were on board, has fueled various unsubstantiated conspiracy theories. These theories generally claim he orchestrated the sinking to eliminate business rivals. Those were the guys who were against the Federal Reserve.
I always find it weird that they drove into an iceberg.
You sink the Titanic. Oh, and then it says, of course, Titanic conspiracy theories debunked.
How are you going to debunk them? They're all dead.
Who owns the Federal Reserve? Who owns Federal?
BlackRock.
It's a unique public and private structure. It's not owned by a single entity, individuals, or the U.S. government. Oh,
Really?
Oh, I mean, just
It doesn't
what
tell you who owns it. Just says that it's
God owns it. It's not owned by individuals or the government.
The
board is made up of 7 members who have a 14-year term. Damn. Member banks, the stock of these 12 regional, so there's 12 banks, 12 Federal Reserve banks. They own it.
So it's owned by private businesses.
So the banks control it, and they make a shitload of money off of it. Man, oh man. They need to get rid of that fucking thing. Pull up a chart and pull up a chart that shows inflation from like 1850 to the present. I typed in inflation into Google. Pat, you can fact check me on this. Inflation in the United States timeline, and every single timeline started in 1913. I'm like, oh, how convenient. So you have to actually like put in a date you want it to start. Look at that chart on the right. $100 in 1850 adjusted for inflation. Look at that.
Oof.
There's no such thing as inflation. There's just
$100 back then is now $4,500 now.
or yeah. Look at the other one. The other one's a better example. $100 in 1850 is now $1.
It's 246. Okay.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Pat. I missed it. 246.
I mean, and that was 8 years ago. So
No, inflation's bad. There's no fucking such thing as inflation. You jackass. That's what I'm fucking trying to explain to you. There's just the devaluing of the dollar. They call it inflation. I spoke to 3 people about it this weekend, and people just think that inflation is just this normal thing that just happens. Like putting 2 rabbits in a cage and they fuck and there's more rabbits. It's not like that.
nice.
It's not like that. Yeah. There's no such thing as inflation. There's just theft. Yeah, that's another great way to say it. It's a fucking psyop. We're filled with those words everywhere. Muslims want peace. Do you know their definition of peace is to fucking kill all the fucking non-Muslims? But they call that peace. I don't even know if Trump knows. I don't know. I just put this together the other day. You want to see I'll show you the 2 videos I saw that made me realize, oh fuck, there's no such thing as inflation. It's another trick word. Hey, it's the same thing I tried to explain to you guys 4 years ago about racism. There's no such thing as racism. There could be racist people. But there's no such thing as racism. Oh, Caleb, are we going to do this again?
No.
Come on, let's do it.
No. I am
Let's do it.
confused, though.
Let's do it.
There's no
let me-
such thing as racism, but people can be racist.
It's just an idea. It's just an idea. Racism is just an idea. Like you could do a racist action. Like you could do a racist action. Like a racist action would be to get a rope, head over to some Chinese dude's house, hang him, and yell, "I hate Chinks." That would be a racist action. But this idea of racism is just an idea. It's just a fucking idea. And they make it up so that I wish
Like
I could explain
you
it
mean
better.
like there's like a
it's like inflation. It's just an idea to explain something, but it's not real. It's not the mechanism that's
it's like a generalization.
Yeah, but
like broad.
let me work on it. Let me work on it. It's been a minute since I've done that bit. Let me work on it. Let me show you guys this. This is a little long, but I want to dedicate this part of the show to Pat Lange. Here we go.
It's a fascinating prompt. So I said to ChatGPT, I want you to evaluate the modern educational system as if it were a consumer product being released globally today. You are not an educator or policymaker. You are a safety regulator whose number one job is to prevent harm. Assume children are the primary users. Please be blunt, be clinical with your diagnosis, and take the harm this could cause very, very seriously. Also, no fancy academic language, just tell it like it is. Here's what I said. Would our education system be cleared for release today? And it said, not even close. I said, what is standing out to you the most? And it said 12 years of mandatory use with zero guarantee the user can function independently afterwards. That is real. I said, what are the potential risks of using this product? It said chronic financial debt, inability to think without approval, and a lifelong fear of giving the wrong answer. I said, tell me, what are the long-term real-world implications of this product? And it said a generation trained to wait for instructions, apologize for existing, and mistake obedience for intelligence. And I said, what kind of warning label would you slap on this product? And it said, warning, prolonged exposure may kill curiosity, replace confidence with compliance, and cause permanent loss of self-trust. Sheesh. And I said, who benefits from releasing this product as is? And it said, anyone selling the cure to problems it creates, loans, credentials, therapy, productivity systems. And I said, how does this product prepare users for a rapidly changing world? And it said, it doesn't. It trains them for stability in a reality defined by disruption and then punishes them for not adapting fast enough. And I said, what is the final safety assessment here? And it said, if this were a drug, it would be banned. If this were a toy, it would be recalled. But it's education, so we call it essential. You have to admit, we talk about the system being broken.
Just like healthcare.
Feels a little bit more like it's designed.
The biggest thing there is, so the education system, you want your kid to lose self-trust. Basically, the education system, ChatGPT, is a mechanism so that it steals your discernment. It steals your discernment. Here's the thing. Someone said it's basic supply and demand. The problem with describing what's happening with the dollar is supply and demand. Where is that comment? It's just a simple supply and demand. Too much supply, value drops. They add a lot supply to drop the value. Here's the thing, Jackson. You are right. But the problem is people can't see that because they see the dollar as real, as a purchasing piece. Like if you were to say that about tomatoes, supply and demand, everyone could get it. Everyone would understand what you mean. But the fact that the dollar is the mechanism in which you purchase things makes it so people can't see that. And so they just print more and more dollars and the value goes down. But that being the foundation of how we purchase things, people can't see that. And the fact that they're just printing money based off of nothing, except the whim to keep the fucking machine still grinding, that's theft. That's the corruption. No, I'm not, Pat. I'm not. When you say stuff like racism isn't real, you're being the person that isn't saying anything that you hate. No, if I tell you the boogeyman isn't real, and you insist it is, we just have a difference of opinion there. You can't show me racism with any objectivity because you wouldn't know because you're not the person doing the act. You can say all you want that the guy with the Ku Klux Klan mask is practicing racism, but you have no idea. Maybe it's a Halloween costume. Maybe he has that Ku Klux Klan mask because he was going to do a what's that called? The fake flag. What are those things called?
False flag.
False flag. You don't know. Yeah, but it's about to end. I know. Is that what you think? I wonder how it ends. All you have to do is watch the silver market and you'll see what's about to happen.
Very interesting.
Yeah, something on a silver is whatever's happening with silver. I've watched like fucking 6 hours of videos on it and I still don't fully understand it. But whatever happening there is kind of like a microcosm of the bigger picture. There's people who actually want the silver and they can't get it. And yeah, it's going to be I'll keep looking into it. Maybe one day I'll be able to explain it to you. But there's some scary shit going on. And it's been going on for a long time. Which is crazy because a year ago, if someone would have said, hey, I want to get rid of income tax, I would have thought, oh, you're batshit crazy. Oh man, I haven't fixed my phone yet. I should have restarted my computer and sorry, whoever just called, I'm sorry. Try calling again. I should have fixed my phone. Maybe if I put forget this device and try to start the whole thing up again. Maybe then I can get the phone working.
That'd be sick.
I saw that I don't know the details of it, but you know that we had that no tips policy, no tax on tips. It's supposed to take effect January 1st. It looks like Illinois. Illinois. It looks like Illinois and New York and California are going to block that.
Why? Why would they do that?
I have no idea. I haven't heard the reason. Pat, do you know the reason? I'm trying to pair the phone. Give me a second. Of course it won't pair. Caller, hi.
Hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So this is Jackson. I was in the comments.
Good morning.
Good morning. And you were asking about silver. So I wanted to the best of my ability, explain what's going on with silver. Because I've been in the silver game for almost 20 years.
Okay, go.
So-
Shoot, we're ready. Thank you.
All right. So the reason that silver, back in 2011, silver started to creep up. So there's two forms of silver. There's physical silver, which is the metal itself. And then they have what's called paper contracts. So paper is the ETFs that are on the stock market, right? So you can go buy the paper. And in the paper, it's called arbitrage, which is what you were talking about, which means if I'm in my 401k and I buy 1,000 silver ounces of the paper market, I don't ever ask for delivery. That's called arbitrage, right? So that means I need the physical delivery of silver. So in the world.
So Jackson, can I ask you a question? When you buy that 1,000 ounces of silver, is that on good faith that the silver actually exists somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, through COMEX. So COMEX is the holder of the silver, and essentially what they do is they manipulate the price. So because what happened in when the Fed was created, now you just have paper money. It's not backed by anything. And what they did after they made oil, so they basically used the dollar to say, hey, you have to buy oil in dollars. So anytime a country does anything, it goes through the SWIFT system. So, and the SWIFT is all connected to US banks. So anytime a country has to go buy oil, the money has to flow through a US bank.
Right. So we've talked that. Let me stop
Yeah.
you real quick. I think we've talked about that on this show quite a bit too. You're talking about the petrodollar. We've made it. We've made deals with country. Hey, we'll protect you if anyone ever goes to war with you. The only thing we ask is if China wants to buy oil from you, they have to come to the U.S. and buy dollars first, and then use those dollars to buy oil.
Right, which is why the dollar has been artificially strong forever, right?
Okay.
So then now you have countries. So BRICS. I don't know if you're familiar with the BRICS countries.
Yes.
So the BRICS countries started quite a long time ago, and they just came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago that they created a unit, and the unit is going to be backed by precious metal. So it's 40% precious metal, 60% currencies, so country-based currencies. And so that automatically makes them a threat, because precious metals, when you have a gold-backed dollar, which is what's coming, a gold-backed dollar means that if a country has, let's say, 100 tons of gold, then a unit of their currency, let's say $1, is a percent of that gold, right? So they can never have more money than gold that they possess, or even silver as a precious metal. So that means like the SWIFT system.
Did you say it's coming back?
Yes, gold backed is coming back. 100% it's coming back. That's why you're watching silver explode, because back to my original point, what's happening is that everybody is demanding delivery of their silver and their gold. So that's why you're watching silver prices explode. And what's going to occur is this, which is that the world only mines about 960 million ounces of silver a year. Okay. So every electronic device, every warhead, every missile, everything that exists has silver in it. So it's used, right? All your EVs, your phones, a missile has like 15 kilos of silver in it. It's used by everybody. And the reason that they've always been, so they short silver contracts to artificially lower the price of silver. They don't want it to go up, because ultimately silver is the killer. Because if people demand delivery and silver runs out, then the price explodes, right? Which is what you're watching right now. So COMEX only has about 30 million ounces left in its vaults. And if you look at the price of silver, they're crashing it today because it's easy. It's the week before the new year. But come January 2nd, what's occurring is Shanghai has said we are no longer going to deliver silver outside of China. So the price of silver in China right now is $90. Okay. So It's crashing today. It's at like 72. The last time I looked before I called you, which means that China's just going to buy out COMEX. When China drains COMEX, there is no more silver. So the price is going to go to $200, probably between sometime January, February. That's what's going to happen.
Will the
And
mining stock skyrocket?
they already have. They went up 50% last Friday. They will of course go up. Yes.
Which mining stock would you recommend? I know we're not in the business of giving recommendations, but if you were to give me one.
So here I have a very strict policy. I don't buy any of them. I just buy silver.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so here's the question, right? Like, so I can play the problem with the mining, which is why I don't get into it. And there's a lot of people that would disagree with me. The government has too many regulations. So like, I'm basically saying the government can come out with a regulation and destroy a mining stock, and then my stock crashes. But if there's no silver, I know my silver price is going to be pulled. So I've just bought silver for the last 20 years, knowing this day was coming.
Hey, but won't Trump lift the regulations around mining silver?
He could, sure, absolutely. But my silver's outperformed everything, right? So I just look at it that way. Like,
Right.
if I put
Okay.
my money in two things, like which one's going to earn me more money, my silver has earned me more money. So the reason that I get back into this is because what's going to happen when every country goes gold back, because they'll be forced, the Fed will be done, which is what the plan has been, right? The Fed go gold back. The United States will be forced. They will be forced to go gold back because the inflation that occurs. So what's going to happen is the Fed is going to try and suppress the price of silver. They're going to spend the money. They're always going to try to save the banks because they don't have real money, right? It's just a debt-based system.
And when you say
Sometimes
save the
silver's
banks, sorry, Jackson, when you say save the banks, you mean print more money.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So on Friday, they gave $14 billion to cover the shorts of silver, right? Which is just the beginning, but all that does is it adds more inflation. So the cost of them saving silver to try to lower it, because all these banks have shorted silver for so many years, the margin call is what's going to kill them. So the margin call on Friday was 14 billion. Once January 2nd happens and China stops shipping silver out, the price is going to skyrocket, which is going to have margin calls off chain, which is going to cause the Fed to intervene. They're going to print more money.
Let me ask you something really quick, just for people who aren't listening. So you're saying that someone like you who bought gold at $20 an ounce, when it hits 200, when you do a margin call, means you're going to go to the bank, you're going to go to these people who you bought this paper silver from, and you're going to say, okay, I want my $200 an ounce per silver, and I have 1,000 ounces, but they never plan for it to go that high, so they won't have the money to pay you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So the Fed
I'm
will
with
have-
you.
yeah,
I'm
the-
with you.
Yep. So the Fed will have to step in and save the banks. But the problem is it's too much money. It's going to cause hyperinflation. So you're back to the Weimar Republic back in Germany in World War I, right? Where a loaf of bread was a million Deutschmark, right?
Where should I move? I have $22 million in my 401k. Where should I move it?
Well, here's what I've been doing over the last. So here's been my policy. So I started when I knew this day was going to come, I started buying silver, and then funny, I was reading the Bible, and the Bible says silver and gold. So I started putting everything in silver. So I stopped the gold and started throwing everything in silver, which has outperformed gold, especially over the last 6 months. Then what you have to understand is what's going to change once the world becomes gold backed. So this is the point that I'm getting to. So just assume everybody goes gold back because that's what's happening. BRICS, the unit, is telling us that every country is going to go gold backed. I watch the two countries that I watch the most for this is the unit, then Iraq and Vietnam. So those are the two countries that I watch. That's the news that you care about. If you're waiting for something to happen on a currency level. And so those are the two that I watch. And what's going to happen is when you're a country where you have gold as your currency, the SWIFT system, you no longer want to participate in it. So because you don't want your money leaving your country. And the reason for that is because you have a finite amount. You're not printing unlimited like it was with the Fed. You have a finite amount of dollars, and you want your citizens to have those dollars. So you need an intermediary thing if I'm buying goods from your country, and of course those goods are in the billions of dollars, then how do I then exchange instantly for your currency? So you're going to have physical and you're going to have digital, just like you have today, right? Look up your account's digital, you have cash in hand. So that's where cryptocurrency is going to come into play. That's what XRP was created for. So
What's XRP?
XRP is a cryptocurrency.
Okay, and let me ask you this: is gold tantamount to the blockchain, meaning gold is real and supposedly the blockchain is so secure that the Bitcoin can't be fucked with, that it gives people that confidence? Is that deal? Is that the analogy there?
But I don't think Bitcoin's going to be relevant. I think Bitcoin is very old technology. It's more expensive to run than it's worth. Bitcoin was really built on a lot of very shady organizations. So I don't think you're going to see any. I don't think Bitcoin may exist. I don't think it'll exist, but people that I know think it will exist. I just don't think it will be relevant. I think what will be relevant are things like XRP and anything that's ISO 2002 compliant. Anything that's not ISO 2002 compliant, it's either going to go away or it's going to be irrelevant.
What's XRP?
XRP is a cryptocurrency.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's so I bought XRP at 8 cents. And it's $2 right now. It went up to 3 and it's going to go. So
why is that one better? Why is that one better than, isn't it whichever one the public believes in the most will go up? Why XRP?
No, because the reason is because it's the utility. You have to look at the utility of why was the cryptocurrency created? So the utility or the reason XRP was created was to be able to use it to solve cross-border payments. So if I'm trading with you, so if you have yuan, if you're Chinese, the China, and you're the United States, and let's say we're trading, and I trade with you $10 billion in something, and there's a trade deficit. How do I don't want my money leaving my shore, so I'm going to use XRP as an intermediary. I'm going to send.
Why not use Bitcoin?
Because it's not ISO 2002 compliant, which means that that's the new standard. So they're not going to use it.
What is that? What is that? Is that the security around it being manipulated?
Yes, partially, yes. And it's too expensive. So nobody wants to create any Bitcoin mines. That's why you're watching Bitcoin. As soon as ISO 2002 came out, Bitcoin started to go down. And it's going to continue to go down because one, nobody's going to touch it. The other thing is, I think around Epstein was tied to Bitcoin, and I think that will ultimately cause a psychological thing, which people will not want to be associated with it, and that may be a reason why everybody's like, we're gonna get rid of Bitcoin. But you're gonna watch Bitcoin continue to go down. It'll come up, it'll fluctuate, but it will eventually continue to drop.
Jackson, speaking strictly from a psychological perspective, all money is whichever one has the strongest psychological consensus that it will hold value. And that's why people like
fiat system. Yeah, in a fiat system, you're right. In a gold-backed system, no, because everybody's equal. Which, remember when Trump came out before, I want to say in his first term, he talked about, hey, we're going to equalize all currencies. And this is what he was talking about. So he knew that countries were going to go gold-backed. When he first got elected, he went to every country. And I believe that's when they laid out a lot of the financial plans for everybody being gold-backed and going gold-backed, because these countries and the Federal Reserve and these central banks, they just destroy countries, right? So the currencies are all over the place, and the only way to enrich a country is if everybody has a level playing field with currency, and the only way to do that is to gold back everybody. And the unit is telling the world that it's going to be gold back.
What's the unit, Jackson? What's the unit? This unit thing you're referencing?
The unit is the currency of the BRICS nations. And so if you look that up, they've already announced like 3 weeks ago the unit's going to be 40% gold backed.
Is India part of this?
Yes. Yep. India, Russia, China. You've got Vietnam in there.
Why do you look at Iraq and Vietnam? Because Iraq produces oil?
No, I look at Iraq because, well,
Iraq. Sorry.
Iraq.
Iraq.
So, and maybe Caleb can ping in, but I heard this, and I've got some bets. But a lot of the soldiers were told to take dinar out of the country. So, like, hey, take some dinar home, because ultimately Iraq. So, if you look at Iraq was obviously war torn, but they had the strongest currency in the world before we went in there, and Bush went in there in what, 89, 88, 87, right? One of the, I forget. But they had the strongest currency in the world. It was $3.22. So $3.22 US, or one dinar was equal to $3.22 US, right? So they had the strongest currency in the world before, and they've told us that they're going to do that again. So they've come out and said, "Hey, we're going to have the strongest currency in the world again." And so that's why I watch them, because they're the U.S. is heavily involved in the economic policy in Iraq, and that, I think, is the domino, the first domino. I think silver's telling us the timeline, and Iraq is the domino.
And why Vietnam?
Because Vietnam has very, very close ties with Iraq. And if you look at like how they announce their news, they're almost like, hey, Iraq is doing this and then Vietnam does it, right? Or Vietnam does this and then Iraq does this. And they're super, super closely tied together. And Vietnam just joined BRICS.
Does Venezuela have silver?
I don't know if Venezuela has silver, but they are one of the richest resource countries in the world. And I was also felt like Venezuela was in that mix. And now that we're there blockading them, I'm 90% sure they're also in that mix.
Venezuela has significant silver deposits often found alongside gold in its mineral-rich regions. So Venezuela is like the crown jewel for U.S. We commandeer their oil. We shut down the election fraud. We remove the drone operations that they're doing there with China, and we get silver.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think what you're watching is that all of the governments. So one of the first precursors to this is that there can't be any conflicts. So what you're watching. So Maduro's a really bad guy, right? Super poor, and then he funds Cuba. And so I've done mission trips to Cuba, and I'll tell you that, everybody at the resorts, but that place it's super sad to go to Cuba and live among the people. It is ravaged. They have nothing. And the only reason that Cuba is where it is because Maduro, and they get some stuff from Mexico, but Maduro and the Venezuela really funds and props up the Cuban government. And so with Maduro going, then that allows that government and those people, because they were very rich before they were taken over by communists, right? So the guy before him, and then now Maduro, that was a super wealthy country, just like Cuba was as well. So these regimes, and it's also, I think, what we're seeing is that the U.S. is sort of going to own our hemisphere, and Russia's going to own, and China's going to own their hemisphere. And I think that's what we're watching.
Why? What did you say? You said something that caught my attention. Oh, it slipped my mind. It'll come back. Let me throw this at you, Jackson. Tank Reef says XRP is what I'm assuming he means like the World Economic Forum people want you to think is taking over, and Sevon is listening to this random as gospel. Is hilarious. Tell me what your thoughts is. XRP, is there some squirrely shit around it?
I don't. I mean, look. Obviously, the World Economic Forum and anything that comes out of it, you certainly want to be skeptical. But I think also that XRP has decoupled itself, and it's right now all the cryptos are coupled to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin to me was the one world currency kind of CBDC that was trying to be put into play. That's what I think it was. I could be completely wrong. And so XRP is just an intermediary. It's not, and the price of XRP it's not a stock. So the way that the XRP goes up in value, it's not based off of people buying it. It's based off of its usage. So the more it's used, the more the price goes up. It's not based off ownership, right?
Oh,
So,
interesting.
right. So it's different. It's different.
But there are a limited amount of XRP coins also.
Correct. Yeah.
XRP exchange traded funds are charging head on into 2026. ETFs backed by the 5th largest crypto have attracted over $1 billion in investment since launching in November. That far outpaced comparable Solana ETFs, which have pulled $387 million over the same period. Bitcoin ETFs have seen $3.6 billion in sell-offs in the same time frame. Ethereum has also bled to 1.2 billion.
Yeah. I mean, what people have to understand is that banks are buying XRP, countries are loading up on XRP, and the reason is because they know what's coming. Like us, we have to. If you want to know what's happening, you have to do a lot of research, and they're not going to tell you, right? I mean, the governments don't tell its citizens what they're doing. That's just the way it is. You have to figure it out. So if you figure it out and you get into the game, then you can, become financially independent. But if you don't figure it out and you just put your head in the sand and you just believe what people are telling you, and again, anything I say, I would say, go do the research yourself, because this is something that I've been following for like 15 or 20 years. So, I just had like, hey, I need to get into this. I need to be looking into it. And I could be wrong on any one of these things, but the thing is, I just have to be right on one of them. And so that's how I look at it.
Jackson, is the future, is there a future where on my phone, I just have my XRP on there and I go into 7-Eleven and to buy dental floss and I just swipe my phone and it takes a little bit of my XRP?
Yeah, 100%. So, and if you look at some of the different types of cards there are today, so like cold wallets, so you have some of the like Ledger X is probably one of the more complicated ones, right? It's like a USB type device. It's on my phone. But Tangem, if you have a Tangem wallet, that's like a wallet I can absolutely do that on in 2 seconds. So Tangem is probably the most versatile wallet that exists. Tangem. It's super simple to set up, and that's one of the things that people are like, hey, your grandma's not going to be able to use cryptocurrency. But in a Tangem world, you can see where it's going, and it's becoming easier to use this kind of stuff. And Tangem works with like all the different coins. So wallets they are limited on some of the coins that they support, and so you can have some really roundabout ways where you have to deal with them, which I don't like. But Tangem wallets they support almost everything, and they're super easy to use.
So you can already do that. You can have
yeah.
And then you just get that card and you can buy shit anywhere you want. Wow.
Yeah, but I don't think XRP, I don't think you're going to see that with XRP because that's not what it was made for. So there's a couple of other ones that are made for that, like XDC is made for that, and then XLM, which is another version of Ripple. So XRP and XLM. XLM is more for consumer-based things, and XDC is also more for consumer-based things. XRP is not going to be a consumer-based coin. Its whole purpose is to solve cross-border payments.
Oh yeah, Jump Ship says XRP was designed to be bank to bank.
Yeah. So and that's country to country, right? Because so banks, you're not going to put your money in a bank in the future. So banks are going to go away. You may give your money to a bank to invest, but if you've watched banks, one, they're closing branches, and two, you've watched them all come out with like, hey, we're wealth management now. So you've seen a lot of the term wealth. Yeah. So they know they're screwed. They know what's coming. They're trying to shift over to wealth management. And that's just going to continue to happen. But remember, you're going to wake up one day. This isn't going to like, you're watching the precursors of this stuff. But once things actually get, and I think once the inflation starts to hit, silver's at 250, things really start to fall apart. I think that's when you're going to start to see these changes happen overnight. Hopefully quick, because nobody wants to live in a Weimar Republic. That's not a pretty sight. So we'll see what happens. I think they know what's coming. I mean, I have a few of my own assumptions about what could be next or how they could do it, but this is going to come like a thief in the night. And I always tell people, like, look, if you want silver, if you want to own some silver, the easiest way to do it is to use Glint, Glint. And what that is it's a vault, essentially. So what Glint does, they're not a bank. Well, they are a bank, but they're not a bank. So what that means, like what they do is they went out and they bought a ton of silver, right? Like 2 tons or 3 tons, whatever. And then you can actually put your money in an account and go, hey, I want to buy some of the silver that you own. So they're 100% solvent, right? Because they can't sell you silver they don't have. They can't sell you gold they don't have. And so you can take, instead of $10,000 sitting in your savings account, you can just put it in Glint and you can just watch your money go up. Like that's, any extra money I have, I've just been throwing it in Glint over the last 3 years as one way, because if I'm in a pinch, I have an ATM card on Glint and I can use it for cash. But that account has gone up 300% since I've been holding it. That's a lot better than your 1% from your savings account. And it's the easiest way to buy silver. And it's 100% safe because they don't loan money, and they actually own the gold and silver that they're selling you.
Do you use Robinhood?
No.
Any reason why?
So I'm kind of like peculiar about which ones I use. You talking about to buy crypto?
Just to buy anything, to do stock trading, anything.
No, I don't do anything on Robinhood. I don't buy stocks though. I got out of the market. I sold and got out of everything in like 5-6 years ago. And then anytime I get stock from my company, I sell it and I buy silver.
Is that because the Bible told you to? I noticed you mentioned the Bible in the beginning.
So it's not because again, it's like, hey, the Bible told me to do it. No, I was reading the Bible and the Bible was like silver and gold. And I'm like, hey, there's a reason silver's first. I should be investing in silver over gold. So that's where most of my concentration has been. And then the Bible also talked about how Babylon comes back to be a Mecca. Babylon is in Iraq. And that's what you're watching right now. Iraq is in a better condition today than they've ever been in the history of their country.
God, this is really going to deepen your faith.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the guy that sent you those prayers, by the way. And I met you at Crash. I was standing behind you.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, that was it. That was an incredible explanation you just gave. I really appreciate you calling in. I wish I could have had a better connection. That is some really, we covered a lot of turf. That was incredible.
Yeah, I sent you a link to about silver on your Instagram account. I sent it to you like on Saturday. That explains everything that happened, like with the buying in. There's a guy on YouTube. It's an AI account. I think what he's doing is he's writing a script and just throwing it in AI. But the guy's very accurate, and I haven't heard any BS come out of this guy's mouth. And he explains things really, really well. But I put a link. I sent it to your Instagram account.
Is it the Asian guy?
Yeah, the Asian guy.
Yeah, I've been just mad consuming his shit.
Yeah, so he's spot on, and he explains it.
Is
really
he a
well
real
and stuff.
human? I can't tell if he's AI or not. Is he real?
No,
real?
it's AI. Yeah, it's definitely AI because
Oh.
he says yuan instead of yuan, like the
Okay.
Chinese currency. So he's mispronouncing things, which is an AI.
Okay.
He's either trying to create his anonymity, or again, there's a lot of things going on. Like, hey, is this guy a Chinese telling you what they're doing? Because a lot of it is based on China. And again, China's going to blockade their silver on January 2nd. So if you want to make some quick bucks, open up a Glen account, put 10 grand in that account. It'll probably double in January.
All right. I'm sending you, I'm going to send you my phone number through DM so we can text.
Cool. Very good.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Bye. Wow.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
We're so screwed.
If you found that boring, I understand. I totally understand. You and your job at Kentucky Fried Chicken will be safe.
All right, so
Wow.
pull everything out of Robinhood and
Wow.
holy fuck, dude.
I wanted to ask him. Wow, can you imagine if what he's saying is true, and we switch to gold? Like he said, I hope that shit happens fast because that's going to be a bumpy ass ride.
Shit.
Wow, I'm so glad I just cloned 50 mulberry trees. I'm going to clone 50 more. Maybe I'm going to have to live off of mulberries, my family and I. Holy shit.
I'm moving into the RV, selling everything.
Hardly, Sevi. Hardly what? God, I was so hard this morning. That's what you're talking about. I don't know how you knew that, but it was crazy. I thought one of the veins up the backside of the penis was popped. Just walked it off. I get
You
it.
just walk around with a hard on. That's crazy.
I just get up too early just to sneak a piece. I think 6 a.m. is too early to maybe I should. A couple weeks ago, there was a lady who has a swimming club in Monterey. The Monterey Bay. Holy shit, man. Crazy. They found her body yesterday.
Whoa.
She was with her swimming club and she went missing. And someone said that they saw her in a shark's mouth. And then yesterday, a month later, they found her right by this beach by my house.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy. All right.
Do you want to see? Are you pulling something up?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I won't forget what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I got it.
The people who are running these daycares, these childcare centers in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Just a nice little album of all the owners.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that can't be real.
Of course it's real, dude. Look at that guy. He looks like he's run the daycare. Like he's got even collared shirt on. He's got even nice hair. This guy does. This guy's got sweet sunglasses. Kids will love these people.
Average IQ of a Somalian is a 67. That's 3 below retarded. Those aren't my numbers. That's the internet.
Somebody said, truly, what is this build optimized for? Inbreeding, incest. That's what this is optimized for. Down syndrome.
God. Those are some really unattractive people.
Yeah, imagine leaving your kids with these people.
Caller, hi.
Savvy, how are we? It's Plumber.
Plumber, hold on, Plumber. I want to read something real quick. Jump ship training. If he's right, this would already be priced into silver market. News like this doesn't get past the big players. I'm not sure what you're saying, but I think I don't think you're right. I'll tell you why, Seth. But my opinion's probably not worth much here. Okay, go ahead, Will.
Two things. One, I just left Minneapolis yesterday,
Oh, this is good. This is good. God, I can't believe I'm fucking holding my phone to the fucking mic like a dipshit.
LOL.
Flew out. The airport was one of the worst I've ever seen.
It's
Maybe
terrible.
holidays. But no kidding.
Why? Why was it so bad? Give me an idea. Just because, like, just morons running it? TSA is just like, it's all the people with IQ of 67?
They had, like, they didn't have good enough signs or, like, actual, like, attendants that they talk to each other, right? All the different attendants, right? You know, here you have the Sky Priority line, and then there's the general line, and they each have their own little attendant. Well, none of them talk to each other. So if you have a problem with anything, right, they just send you to what they think. When there's no like streamline, actually get the thing done. So people are just bouncing all over the place. And then security was long too. But I didn't notice it before. But like now that with all the things coming out in the news about, you know, the Somalian scams and whatnot.
You have Somalia
literally
conscious. You have Somalian conscious now.
Every worker in the MSP airport is Somalian.
True.
Every single one.
That whole place.
I
is
hope.
under
I hope
construction,
that.
too.
I hope. What'd you say, Caleb?
That whole place is under construction too.
I was gonna say
a
that's
nightmare.
scary. I hope it's no one who's doing maintenance on planes or construction.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, the white people are doing the construction,
And
but the
then
people, the
twofold,
gate attendants are
My
Somalians.
girlfriend yesterday was, you know, telling me I need to get rid of my clothes, and every CEO, her shirt she pulled up, she's like, "Can we donate it? Can we get rid of it or keep it?" And I just stopped saying things at the end. I think I had like 15 different CEO shirts.
Break up with her. How dare she?
That's breakup time. Did you watch the Niner Bears game yesterday?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Who won? Bears win?
No, but dude, it was crazy. It went down to the last like 9 seconds again. They could have won. The guy was open. Caleb fucked up the pass.
No, I didn't.
Are they out of the playoffs now?
Oh my goodness! You don't think he fucked up that pass?
No, I was.
He would.
I was saying
Oh.
you were talking as if you were talking to me. Like I was.
Oh no!
listening to you.
Caleb Beaver didn't fuck it up. Caleb Williams fucked it up.
Yeah.
Did fuck up the
I
pass.
figured.
Yeah,
Tyson
he
would have
was,
done
yeah,
Beaver was busy streaming his video games.
that.
yes.
True.
Oh my god! I played a video game yesterday for 2 hours. I told my kids today I'm never
That
playing
Clash?
this battle royale thing. It's like a tower game. It's fucking a time suck. I think I put like 6 hours into it now. I'm done. Over the Christmas holidays, I am done.
You'd probably go even more nuts with like the original Clash of Clans. So it's that whoever made that game before they made the Royale, they made one where it's like a longer strategy time one where you like build shit. So you could like hop on, build your soldiers, and then come back 20 minutes later and do the same thing, but kind of on a larger scale.
Yeah. Hold on. Doses, stop. Sevy Williams is good. I know. He's fucking amazing. He is fucking amazing. But he could have been legendary if he would have fucking thrown that ball 5 feet further. I know. Shut the fuck up, Vittorio. I'm a fucking football savant.
Woof.
How's Christmas? What'd the kids enjoy? What'd they get?
I can't even tell you. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I got
No idea.
I got one of my kids, or my wife got one of my kids like a knitting set. He already made like a sweater.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
Nice.
one's knitting and the other are playing video games.
Super
Yeah.
smart Jew kid. What else did I get? They wanted a dog. They cried because I didn't get him a dog.
What the hell, dude?
I ordered one of them an automatic BB gun, but it hasn't come yet.
Like an airsoft gun or like BB gun?
No,
Like
it shoots the .177 caliber BBs.
Jesus.
And is it semi-automatic?
No.
They don't make fully
Yes,
my
they make
God.
they make fully automatic ones.
Did Dave get you a link
Holy
for
shit.
that?
No,
Yeah,
but
don't be
I've been
right.
on YouTube just looking at all the guns that are non-gunpowder. I've been just looking at guns that you can just buy that aren't gunpowder.
Oh,
Good
is it like
God.
air compressed, like CO2?
Yeah. And then they have
And
they
it's
have one
automatic.
they have ones that you can actually fill with a compressor.
So then it'd be like a paintball gun type situation.
What else did they
Not
get?
shooting paint, but BBs.
Uh,
I mean,
Greg bought all my
essentially, that's just
Greg bought all my kids drones with goggles. The last DJI drones They're called the Neo 2s. And so
that's pretty
I
sick.
was flying those around the yard with the kids. Those are crazy. If you've never flown a drone with goggles, you are so missing out. It's
Hey, did
crazy.
you get Greg a present?
No.
Did he get you one?
No, but he buys so much shit for my kids. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I figured, right? Like when you get to that, it's like just
Yeah,
buy stuff for my kids.
Yeah, he probably
That's
spent
rough.
$3,000 on those drones for my kids.
Yeah, they're
That's nice.
$800 a piece.
What else did I get him? I got him rollerblades. Oh, I went roller skating and fell down it fell down and tore my fucking sweats and my long johns I was wearing underneath.
Yeah.
I think I started thinking that these sweats I wear are so tight. I think when I go to I think I might look like a homosexual when I wear them.
Hey, you're getting to that age where I don't know if you should get on anything with wheels that's not a bicycle, a motorcycle, or a car.
Dude, what's crazy is
Valid.
I had been skating for like an hour and my
Okay.
quads were really sore. You know when your quads after you didn't do a lot of squatting when you walk, sometimes they kind of misfire and they wobble.
I did 100 air squats and it wrecked me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I had Angie.
You know
Yeah.
that feeling like the next day, like your knee will lock out or something weird will happen, just a little wobble. So I was roller skating. I'm like, fuck, I'm tearing it up. I must look good out here. And then right when I thought that, fucking one of my quads did something weird and I fucking fell on my knee.
Your knee all right?
Yeah, I have one of those cherries on my knee that I haven't had since I've been 10 years old.
Mm. And it's like swollen pain, not like
Dude,
soft tissue.
It didn't even tear the sweats in the long johns. It burnt them. Like because they're made of, like plastic or whatever the fucking material my clothes are made of. And it like rolled up on the edges like someone took a cigarette lighter to it. That I hit and slid and it like burnt.
Hey, when I broke my finger, I don't know if you remember this, when I did the overhead squat and it came down on the back of my head and I slammed my finger between the bar and the rig. I was in the emergency room and this dude came in the waiting room and he tells like the old lady at the front, he's like, my vape exploded in my pocket. And she's like, vapors? Like she didn't get it. And then he's like, no, my like vape, my e-cigarette. And she's like, huh? And his mom like screams, his electronic cigarette blew up in his pocket. And then he sits down and his like leg was like charred. And his skin was like black, and like you said, it kind of like the pants like melted onto his leg. And so I asked him, I was like, "What happened?" And he's like, "Well, I was unloading the groceries, and my mom came out of the trailer, and I heard and then my leg got warm, and I looked down, and I was on fire. So I started rolling around, and my mom thought a possum got me." And I was like, this is
possum.
unbelievable.
My God.
Hey, imagine if it would have exploded in your mouth. You'd look like one of those Somali guys.
Oh boy. I don't get how the whole, like, I feel the childcare thing, like 100%. I'm so like obviously glad that we found out about it, but I like have to think there's way more of organizations that aren't just Somali that are running this way too. Like Long John Silver's.
Hey,
furniture stores, all of it, right? Everyone's getting a cut.
You know what's crazy too? I was listening.
These are just the sacrificial lambs that are getting caught.
I was listening to a bunch of stories this morning, and one of them is that there's in 2020 there were $32 billion. There was $32 billion worth of COVID fraud in California in 1 year. 32 billion.
Alone.
And then I swipe up, and it's Ian Carroll explaining that we've sent $18 billion to Israel since 2020. I'm like, you fucking idiot. That's like fucking nothing. That's a drop in the bucket to people who are forward facing against the fucking biggest enemies the planet has right now. And you're fucking using that as a fucking argument not to send them money. You fucking dipshit.
Yeah. I feel it's like there's like you got to think there's storefronts all over that, they're just getting a check.
Did you see did you see the Somali daycare center when you call the number that's out front? It is Tim Walls. It's Tim Walls' office.
No, but that's good. I thought you were talking about the Leering Center.
Oh yeah, that one's amazing too.
I should have driven by some of those places when I was home, but
hey, Nick Shirley went from a dork to like a fucking sexiest man alive in 2026. He's gonna win that. I saw him on Fox News yesterday. I was like, fuck, this guy's a pimp. It must be raining pussy on this dude now.
Hey, do you know if he's from Minnesota or did he just go to Minnesota?
I think he just went there. He's everywhere, man.
He's from Utah.
it's funny because he grabbed, you know, that like older dude, the old white Minnesotan dude.
Yeah, that he's
Behind
rolling
him.
with Dave. Yeah, Dave.
Dave, he's freaking great. I
He's
love how he
great.
grabbed like great Midwesterner to bring with.
All right. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a good one. Bye, Beaver.
Bye.
Yeah, look at this. I'll call this number too right now, and you guys we can verify this because I know Pat doesn't like fake stories. Here we go.
Mind blowing. So I was watching the most recent video by Nick Shirley exposing these daycare centers. Now they're going daycare to daycare, and the next one that they go to is called Sweet Angel Childcare. This is where they show up to, and this is the business right here.
Sweet Angel Childcare. Okay, let's look it up. Maps. No, I'll do Safari. Sweet Angel Child Care.
One Google review. It's 5 stars.
Sweet Angel Child Care, Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota. Okay. And I'm going to go to call. Okay, here's the number for Sweet Angel Child Care.
Contacting the office of Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Our office is located at 130 State Capitol at 75.
Those fucking people, that's how much they don't give a fuck, dude.
They gave it a review too. They're somebody who probably works there.
Look at, she got the fucking hijabi on.
Sadio Hirsi. He's 5 stars. It's 5 stars.
The fucking daycare.
That's insane.
Let me add this to the state. Oh, I can't. I got to remove you first. And let me add this. Let me keep playing this.
Sweet Angel Child Care in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, listen to where this phone number goes to when you call this child care center.
Oh, that guy needs to charge his phone.
Typical.
Just wait for it.
Okay.
Contacting the office of Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Our office is located at 130 State Capitol at 75 Reverend.
Oh my God.
You can't make this shit up.
I'll do it again.
Holy
Sweet
shit, that's
Angel
bad.
Child Care. It goes to Governor Tim Walz's office.
Wow.
Why is a child care center directly going to the office of the governor?
Whoa.
Make it make sense.
They don't even give a
Hold on.
fuck, dude.
No.
That's how the
Contacting
scam is
office of
so
Governor
easy.
Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan.
Wow.
Hey, just so you know, I've known a shitload of Middle Easterners and African people. And
Sure.
this is I don't know where their blind spot is, but culturally this is like right in their line. It's all about just milking the system.
Yeah, of course.
It's all about just milking the system.
They're just they're
Sticking it to the
survivors.
big man. Yeah. Survivors, yeah. I'm not even trying to say it like it's something derogatory. It's just it's kill or be killed.
If this is not a direct link to Tim Walz and these fraudulent child care centers, I don't know what else is. Bro, this is crazy. I'm just in shock right now. I was recording a YouTube video and reacting to this video.
Fucking wild.
That's amazing.
Pat will still say it's fake. 3 more days. Head on over to vindicate.com, VNDK8.com. Get your Jesus shirts. Pat, you should get a Jesus shirt. Blanche. Their best shirt. It's an isolated incident.
Yeah, for sure. It's just Minneapolis. It's just the city of Minneapolis. The entire city. The whole thing.
Sebi, you should get Kevin Kiley on to talk about the Newsom Dem fraud. He's got all the receipts. Oh, is he on IG?
He's a United States representative.
Kevin Kiley. Okay, I'll get him on. Follow, message. Kevin, I'd love to have you on my podcast. Kevin.
He wrote a book called Recall Newsom, The Case Against America's Most Corrupt Governor. It says he's on Twitter.
I just sent him a DM. It's crazy because we already had the $24 billion go missing also for the homelessness, the drug addicts and the criminals. Hot take, the Somalis were essentially recruited to form a militia for La Revolution. Yeah. You steal the money. You hit the coffers. By the way, that's the Democrat socialist way to basically raid the government coffers. That's their whole thing. That always has been. That's when you hear redistribution of wealth, that's people wanting to get into the elected into government and raid the coffers. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
These are not good people. Men versus women. Who's better at sports? Who do you think's better at sports, men or women?
Shit, man, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll help you out. Yeah, thank you, Caleb. That's good. You didn't give it away. Notice these tennis courts. They are different shapes.
Wait, what?
That's the #1 female tennis player in the world going against number 671st man. Men, boy. Cock versus vagina. Penis versus pussy.
Seriously?
Battle of the sexes. That's how, do you see how late she hits it? That's how fast that serve's going. Video game. It's like, bitch, swing sooner.
Holy shit.
Who do you think won?
That secures victory in the battle of the sexes here.
Oh, that was awesome.
Look at all the women in the crowd.
Yeah. Like, what did you think was going to happen, you jackass?
That's fucked up. That's really mean.
Oh, shit. They also took away second serves. Wow.
So that she could just, oh, wow. So it didn't drag on or what?
So basically, if he faulted, he lost the point. No, they took away second serves from him, not from her.
Oh.
The equity court is just a perfect symbol for today. Well said, Clock Cutter.
Wow.
Pat, don't ruin the story. Don't ruin the story. I agree. This guy's so fucking good. To say he's ranked 671 is so misleading. He's so fucking good. He's the greatest server, I think, in the in tennis. But stop, Pat. Let's just go with 671. Don't ruin the story. Absolute batshit crazy competition, absolute pile of crap. Watched 2 minutes of it and then gave up. Useless game.
Somebody had to do this to like prove a point, right?
Oh, from both. Oh, wait, from both of them. Oh, so
neither
it
of them
wasn't
could serve a second time.
You
just lose the point automatically. But I mean, who do you think that benefits?
Yeah, if this guy wasn't a fucking mental midget, he would be fucking the greatest tennis player who ever lived. He's fucking savage.
He's psychotic.
And his
I know that guy's fucked up.
His drinking and all that crazy shit he does the night before the games. Yeah, he's
probably hungover playing this game right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. He put the D to her right after this game too. He's huge. I want to say he's like 6'7". He's huge.
6'7".
Even though he doesn't look that big there. How tall is Kyrgios? How tall is Nick? Her tits are way too big to be a good tennis player. How is she #1?
6'4".
6'4", okay. Don't forget the quote from Serena Williams. For me, men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost two separate sports. If I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. No, it's true. It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot The men are a lot faster and serve harder. They hit harder. It's just a different game. I love to play women's tennis. I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed.
There you go.
And this is from a tennis player. She only played boys in the beginning of her career. Her dad only let her play boys.
Yeah, and she's one of the greatest female tennis players of all time.
Yeah, some people say she's the greatest athlete of all time with the greatest achievements.
And that's
he's
just not the case.
He was just messing around the whole match.
I'm sure of it. Somebody had to do that to be proving a point.
I wonder if she actually thought she was going to win.
None of them would have.
None of what? Women?
Nobody would have. No woman who would have played that game and been like, "Yeah, I'm gonna win." It's like putting Danica Patrick in NASCAR, dude.
Have you ever? She wouldn't do well.
She didn't do well.
Oh.
She wrecked like every race.
Oh, that's awesome. She never won. Did she ever win?
No. And now she's a commentator for Formula One. It's embarrassing.
How many races?
She's horrible.
Danica win. Danica Patrick won one race in her professional career.
Was it in NASCAR?
The 2008 Indy Japan 300 in the IndyCar series.
That doesn't even count.
Wow.
I bet you she caused
zero
a wreck
wins.
in that course.
NASCAR 0 wins despite 200 starts.
Mm-hmm.
Her highest finish was the 4th.
She's terrible. And now they have her commentating Formula One.
She sat in the pole position in the 2013 Daytona 500.
I bet you that race got rained out, I bet qualifying got rained out or something, and she just ended up getting first.
Wow.
It's brutal.
Danica Patrick racing ranking. In 2018, she was 47th. Wonder out of how many. God, if you were worse than her, you should be. All those dudes should be fucking shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Metaphorically speaking.
She's a nut job. She's a idiot.
Yeah, I remember when she was at the CrossFit Games, she was a nutter.
She's like actually psychotic too.
Really full of herself. Like really, wasn't a cool person.
No, and she's like very like voodoo magic bullshit person. Like chakras and shit. Like what the fuck was her name? Abbott? Like Emily Abbott.
She'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame for having a vag.
Probably.
Great question. How many people in the history of NASCAR have actually won races? That's a great question.
There's like a new winner every race.
Percentage of NASCAR drivers have a win? That's it. I wonder if AI can do that. Under 10%.
100 different drivers have won at least one NASCAR's top tier Cup Series.
That's to win the series.
No.
Richard Petty
in the Cup Series.
Richard Petty had the highest percentage of NASCAR wins at 17%.
Yeah, he won 200 races.
Oh yeah, 200 wins. Wow, you know your shit.
I'm reading it.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree. If you win a race, you're pretty good. But also, like, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Like if you watch Formula One and there's a rainy race, a Williams car might win or podium. It happens that's just like sports in general. Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. You might find a Haas driver in the top 5.
The 20th most winning NASCAR driver of all time is named Herb Thomas, and he won 2% of his races. He's from the 50s. And the most winningest NASCAR driver they have on this list is a guy named Kyle Busch. Oh, no, is he the worst? Oh, maybe Kyle Busch is the worst. Sorry. Herb was 20%. Sorry. I had that wrong. Herb was 20%. Kyle Busch is 1%. Dale Earnhardt was 10%.
Praise Dale.
Jeff Gordon, 11%. Jimmy Johnson, Rex White, Lee Petty, Dick Hutcherson. God, in the modern era, no one wins. These guys are all from fucking forever ago. Oh, Richard
Yeah.
Petty. Did Richard Petty die?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
The King is the number 1 all-time winner in the NASCAR Cup Series with 200 wins, but
Oh,
he's
no.
number 4 on the list with his wins coming in at
He's still
1,185
alive.
starts. The 7-time Cup champion and 2010 Hall of Famer put together 2 seasons that will never be matched, winning combined 48 races and 94 starts. Wow. So he really, in one season, he won 51% of his races. Wow.
Yeah, Richard Petty was amazing. He's still alive, by the way.
The only thing keeping Richard Petty from the number 1 on this list was a streak of 241 winless starts to close out his career. Oh, so at the end of his career, he raced more times than Danica raced in her entire career.
Yeah.
Dude, this motherfucker raced from 1958 to 1992.
Yeah. He's around when like Dale Sr. was around. Like Dale Sr. came around and like took the mantle from him.
Wow. One of the billionaire drivers is Gork. Gork, race car driver.
Yeah, Michael Schumacher.
Oh yeah, Schumacher. Yeah,
He's a Formula One driver, but his son is a backup driver for Formula One. But yeah, he's still gorked. They still keep him alive. Nobody has seen him other than his family since the accident.
He earned more than $1 billion during his career. He's worth $600 million, but he's a vegetable.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What happened to him? How did he get gorked?
Skiing accident.
Oh boy.
It was like in the off season. Him and his family went skiing in like Austria or something, and he broke his neck.
He started karting when he was 4, a pedal kart racing.
Yeah, if you don't start early, you're fucked.
Let me see if I can find the story about his accident.
They keep his shit like really tight, really hush hush.
What a mess. Hey, if your dad gets gorked and he's worth $600 million, you send like hot chicks in there to rub their tits in his face and jerk him off. I do.
What?
I do.
It's not even gonna work. He's gorked.
I don't care.
He doesn't even know what's happening.
I don't care. And someone might even call it sexual assault. He returned from in
Elder
2000
abuse?
in 2010. He came out of retirement.
Oh yeah, he stopped for a while and then came back.
And
then right after that, he got into a skiing accident.
Where the fuck is his skiing accident? His wiki page is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Philanthropy. Skiing accident. On December 29th, December 2013, Schumacher was skiing with his 14-year-old son, Mick. Yikes. Descending the Combe de Salier below the Dent de Bourgogne, above Maribel in the French Alps. An experienced skier while crossing an unsecured off-piste area between Piste Chamois and Piste Manduit. He fell and hit his head on a rock, sustaining a serious head injury despite wearing a ski helmet. According to his physicians, he would most likely have died had he not been wearing a helmet. He was airlifted to Grenoble Hospital where he underwent 2 surgical interventions. He was put into a medically induced coma because of traumatic brain injury. In early April 2014, he was showing moments of consciousness as he was gradually withdrawn from the medical induced coma. In 2014, he left Grenoble Hospital for further rehabilitation at Lausanne University Hospital in Switzerland. In September 2014, he was brought home for further rehabilitation. Since his accident, there have been little public information about his condition, with his family asking for privacy. In November 2014, it was reported that he was paralyzed and in a wheelchair and he cannot speak and has memory problems. 2015, Schumacher's manager, Sabine Kem, sounds like a Jew, stated that his condition was slowly improving considering the severeness of the injury he had. In 2016, Felix Dahm, lawyer of Schumacher, told a German court that his client cannot walk in response to reports from December 2015 in German publication Die Bund that he could walk again. In July 2019, former Ferrari manager Jean Todt stated that Schumacher was making good progress but also struggles to communicate. Todd also said that Schumacher was able to watch Formula One races on television at his home. In September 2019, La Parisien reported that Schumacher had been admitted to the hospital in Europe, Georges Pompidou, in Paris for treatment by cardiovascular surgeons. Described as a pioneer in cell surgery, following the treatment, which involved him receiving anti-inflammatory stem cell perfusion, medical staff stated that he was conscious. In April 2023, Die Aktuelle published without permission what is advertised as his first interview with him, including quotes from him about his health and family. It stated only at the end that these responses had been fabricated using generative artificial intelligence, AI. Schumacher's family said that they would sue the magazine, which fired the editor responsible. They had to pay a fine of 200,000 euros. Schumacher's former bodyguard in 2025 was given a 2-year suspended sentence for stealing images, videos, and medical records and passing them to Yilmaz Toz-Turkan, who threatened to upload them on the dark web unless Schumacher's family paid money. Toz-Turkan, a nightclub bouncer, was sentenced to 3 years in prison, and his son was given a 6-month suspended sentence.
It's a crazy story. You should. There's a few documentaries on him, and they're definitely really good. I recommend watching them. He's got a pretty wild story.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean when people are like, in the elite. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, there's no way Bill Gates, Elon Musk, or I was going to say Matt Souza, Jeff Bezos. I got my Jeff Bezos and Matt Souza mixed up. Jeff Bezos had as much fun as I did over Christmas. I don't care how much fucking money they had. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. You should have seen the handstand competition we had in the fucking jiu-jitsu room at my house. It was fucking, is worth $400 billion to be a part of. So fucking crazy. Joey's such a beast.
It's awesome.
Hey, 2 days ago, I brought Joseph into the jiu-jitsu room, and when I was giving him, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you the world-class handstand.
I'm getting a fridge delivered.
Okay, congratulations. I told Joseph, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you a world-class handstand test. And he said, okay, where did you find this? I'm like, oh, I just made it up. So I put him through this handstand test. And at the very end, he had to do a 360 pirouette. This is 2 days ago. 2 fucking days ago. And after about 5 tries, he did 1 pirouette. He did 1 spin. Yesterday, we were at a fucking park in Berkeley. By the way, I went to Berkeley yesterday. It was like fucking being on libs of TikTok of Twitter. You would not fucking believe these fucking people in Berkeley. I'll get to that in a fucking second. Black women with shaved hair, with black power earrings, the wispiest fucking group of hideous looking white men you've ever seen. Just fucking, I just imagined if a shooter came into that scene, it would be like shooting fucking fish in a barrel. I was on the 4th Street kind of famous area in Berkeley, and it's just ugly people, social justice warriors, and just men who are just pathetic. Yeah, masks everywhere. I'll tell a mask story anyway. Anyway, so yesterday we're at the park in Berkeley, and Joseph goes, hey, if I do 10 pirouettes here, will you buy me a dog? And I said, sure, no problem. Motherfucker gets up on his fucking hands and does 10 rotations in a circle. When 2 days ago, he could only do 1, and he hadn't practiced since. It was fucking nuts. I was so bummed I didn't film it. He's such a savage. We went to this restaurant in Berkeley on their promenade there, and it's jam packed. There's outdoor seating, and I go in there and I say to the guy, and it says that there's a long wait. It says there's like a 15-minute wait to get a table. And the guy sees me and he says, hey, how many people in your party? And I said 6. And he goes, hey man, we have a table ready right now. And I said, okay. So he starts walking me and my family outside, and there's a waitress out there with a mask on. And it wasn't just like a regular mask. It wasn't the one with the canisters on it, but it was some hardcore mask. And she looks at the hostess and says, I'm not ready for any more people. You could tell she was crushed, right? She was pissed. She didn't want another table filled up. Which is just victim bullshit. Like, if you're in the service industry, just grab your ankles and work your fucking ass off, man. Just make them fucking tips. Just be super nice to people. Free coffee, free water, free French fries for the kids, and just hustle, bitch. There's an empty table. That's fucking money on the table. And anyway, so then he's like, okay, give me 5 minutes after she's fucking screamed. He said, can you give me a couple minutes? And we said, yeah. And my wife looked at me, and my wife's pretty demure. She's pretty chill. She's actually more than chill. Sometimes I think she has a resting heart rate of 10. And Haley looks at me and goes, I don't really want to be served by that lady. And I go, me neither. And we just fucking left. Are you out of your fucking mind? I don't know. Do you know how fucking expensive a dog is? When we had that Borble, it was $1,000 a fucking month in dog food, in raw dog food. And you get a dog that's like he's gonna live for like 13 years. I don't know. I'm just hoping he can manifest one. I'm hoping one just runs into the yard and we just shut the gate behind him. Maris, good morning. My beautiful Maris. Joey had that question queued up since he pretended he couldn't do more than one pirouette. Probably fucking giant Jew brain on that. Giant Jew brain on that nigga. Fucking crazy. Get one from Colton. I'd tell you the truth. I would have dropped the $3,000 or whatever it is to buy a Colton dog if he lived closer. Like if he lived next door, I would have gone over there. I would probably put one on layaway or something. I'd have for sure gotten one of those dogs. Yeah, I hope to kidnap a dog. That's how I got a dog as a kid. A dog just ran to our house and we just kept him. And then it had puppies and then we had more dogs. I know. That's what he wants to do. And my wife pulls up on her phone and she's like checking the dogs available at the shelter and the kids are fucking going bonkers. I think eventually I lose. I don't know. I have 4 dogs, feed raw food, $7.50 a month, zero regrets. Do you make the food yourself? We bought the raw food. Maybe that's why it was so expensive. And the dog was massive. If my wife brought home a Great Dane, if my wife was like, "Hey, let's buy a Great Dane or a Borble," I would do it. I just don't, or if she got like a Min Pin or something, I would do it. I just don't want something like in that middle realm. I don't want a 50-pound dog. Like, what am I going to do with a 50-pound dog? I don't want something I can take everywhere or something that just sits in the yard and just fucking kills shit. This is a great question. What's the end goal for training with kids? Do you have a sport you'd prefer them to do when they're adults? God, that's such a crazy question, right, Jake? I have no idea. I don't know. Yesterday I took the boys into the garage and they worked on cleans, squat cleans, and explosive med ball throws where they hold a med ball and they throw it backwards. I start them at 4. They do 20 with 4 pounds, 20 with 8 pounds, 20 with 10 pounds. What else did they do? Oh, and then we did this agility game that I learned from Ido Portal. I don't know. I don't know what the goal is. I don't think we have a goal. I don't even know how to make goals. I don't know. I should ask Hiller. Hiller's good at making goals. What should my goal be? I don't know. They have no goals. I guess they can't fail. Every once in a while I do this. 9 out of 10 times I regret it. I don't want to tell you who sent me this, but I'm married to her. She sent me this morning. Let's see what it is. Okayama, Japan. Japanese woman marries her AI chat GPT partner. She sends me stuff that has a good... You know what she does, too? She'll send me something, and I'll play it. I'm like, hey, what you sent me was shit. And she goes, well, I didn't mean for you to play it on the air. It's like, motherfucker, I was on the air. Here we go. Fat Japanese people are weird, aren't they? There were so many negative comments or something. It's absurd to think an AI has feelings. This romance is a charade. It's dumb to fall in love like this. I saw so many cruel words. This can't be real. Oh, That can't be real. Wow. That can't be real. Have you ever seen a pregnant Japanese woman? No. I have not. Eddie Hall posted a video saying deadlifts are dangerous. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Eddie Hall's that short, fat guy? I don't see it. I don't see the, I don't see it. I'd be scared to death if my dad was juiced up like him. Where is it? Where's the clip? A woman had sex with the Eiffel Tower once. She loved it. It was on a documentary, Mental People Exist. Wow. AI video of AI marrying an AI character that was created by AI. Oh, it's on his podcast channel. Oh, okay. Oops. Ah, much better. Dudes have sex with cars. Dudes have sex in cars. I don't know about with cars. Something weird's going on in Australia. I'll talk to you guys about it probably tomorrow or the next day. Something really weird's going on. They got some digital ID required now to use Google search. I saw the story break. I don't know if it's fucking real. But it is it's some fucked up shit. That'll be on tomorrow's show. Australia's a mess. After no prison plea deal in Hennepin County, feds charge man tied to multiple rapes. This one's horrible. This dude in 2017 kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl and did no prison time. Somali dude. Surprise, surprise. Guess what he did recently? While Mohammed is charged with only 2 counts, the federal complaint also details the May 24th, 2024 rape for which Mohammed pleaded guilty in state court, as well as to 2 other alleged assaults on adult victims in 2018 that Mohammed met through Snapchat. This fucking guy is meeting chicks on Snapchat and raping them. Minnesota isn't putting him in jail, so the feds stepped in. On May 30th, 2024, Minneapolis police arrested Mohammed at his home near downtown for the rape of a woman he met on Snapchat. The victim's sister, who was also in the apartment, had called 911. The victim told paramedics that Mohammed had raped and strangled her and threatened to kill her sister. This shit is fucking nuts. A federal complaint charged Mohammed with 2 counts: the kidnapping of a Mankato woman and kidnapping of a teen girl. Mohammed faces a mandatory minimum of 20 years and up to life in prison. Federal prosecutor said investigating recovered DNA evidence linked Mohammed to most of the crimes. According to the complaint, the FBI is also investigating him for additional sex crimes. There's one girl he kept in fucking locked up for 6 days. These are fucking people he met on fucking Snapchat. Yeah, the Australian thing it's a Trojan horse. Yep. They're saying it's an age verification system to stop kids from using the internet in bad ways, but it's just bullshit. The Somali thing is fucking just endless. All Minnesota too. They're going to go after that lady, by the way, that judge who let that guy off on the, she said that him and his wife owned a business and they did $7.2 million worth of fraud, and the jury found him guilty in 4 hours, and the judge overthrew it. And the reason why she said is that she said, of course, his company was committing fraud. That's obvious, but we don't know it was him. And so she overturned the jury's decision. Now the feds are looking into it. It's gonna be great. Great. I hope they fucking get her. Here are the blue states blocking Trump's popular tax cut provisions. Just 8 states are on track to allow their residents to cash in fully on popular tax cuts from President Trump's marquee legislation in 2026, experts told the Post, with several blue states unwilling to give workers an additional break. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act exempted federal taxes on tipped wages and overtime pay, but hardworking residents will still have to pay taxes on that income unless local elected leaders step up. Democrat strongholds like New York, Illinois, and California have so far declined to extend state-level tax breaks, Reuters first reported, citing billions of dollars in potential budget shortfalls. Other blue and red states alike have yet to signal whether they will take up legislation in the new year to conform to the federal tax code by changing the definition of what qualifies as taxable income. States like New Jersey are open to some of the provisions, like not taxing tipped workers. Blue states. Claims that Colorado is refusing to adopt the majority of tax changes from H.R. 1 are not accurate, spokesman Governor Jared Polis, Democrat, told the Post. Even before H.R. 1, Colorado's tax code was coupled more than most states by virtue of being one of the few federal taxable income states. In fact, our tax code is coupled in the vast majority of provisions in H.R. 1. Therefore, all tax cuts in the H.R. 1 are automatically incorporated into state tax codes unless there's specific action to decouple. Hochul's such a slob. Currently, South Carolina, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho are the only 4 states that are entirely conforming with Trump's personal tax breaks on qualified tips, car loan interest, overtime premium pay, and $6,000 in enhanced deduction for senior citizens. Well, shit. None of that may matter if we fucking switch to the gold system. It might just be a giant shit show anyway. Can you imagine voting for Hochul? She looks like fucking Howdy Doody if Howdy Doody was a woman. Charlie Kirk posted in 2013, we need to keep an eye on Minnesota. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Down Pepper will be here. Love you guys. Oh, and I'll probably see you later today for the Dave Castro Weekend Review. Also, Friday, I will be telling you news about the sale. You'll only find it here on the CrossFit Games Update Show. Bye-bye.